Hello, I'm Ben. I am the co-founder of Mayku. We started Mayku because we believed that people should have the power to make things that any factory can make around the world. So we build machines that help people to make their ideas real. Welcome. If it's your first time with us today, thank you so much for joining us. We've got something really cool to show you today. If you've been with us along this journey so far and are one of our makers or used a form box, thank you so much for everything that you've done. You've literally blown our minds with what you've created with the form box over the past few years. Like, we could never have expected it. We've been working on something together over the past couple of years, which we think is absolutely spectacular. And I'm incredibly excited to show you it today. It's been hard at times. We've had a lot of fun building prototypes. We've gone back to the drawing board a few times before coming up with something that we think is really, really special. And now I'm going to pass over to my co-founder, Alex, to tell you a little bit about how we got there.
We started Mayku because we want to put the power to create in your hands. And to learn about what we should build next, we spoke to literally hundreds of makers to learn about what they're doing with the form box to inform our next machine. We went and visited kitchens where culinary creations are being made. We went and visited industrial design studios and crafters' workshops, and we were amazed by what we saw. Now, I'm really happy to say that 3 of those makers are actually with us today, and I'd love to pass over to them now to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit more about their practice.
Hi everyone, my name is Paul A. Young. I'm a master chocolatier and I'm co-owner of Paul A. Young Fine Chocolates. Our first shop opened 15 years ago. This is our production kitchen and our first shop, and I've been a chocolatier now for 18 years.
Hi, I'm Fiona and I'm the creator behind No No Living. I design and make homewares with a fun and playful aesthetic. I launched No No Living earlier this year, so it's all still pretty new to me. I mainly work on it as a bit of a side hustle alongside my other business where I hand make props for retail, events and private commissions and all sorts really.
Hello, I'm Harry Mitchell. And I'm Mark Reilly, and we're co-founders of a company called Beta Design Office. We're a multidisciplinary design agency in London with a core focus on industrial design.
We founded the company just over a year ago, but we have a combined experience of over 15 years.
When we were trying to work out what to build next, we listened to our community, and one of the things that we heard over and over again was that what really matters to you guys is to be able to control your production, that having things in-house gives you that freedom. The second thing that we heard is that the form box is awesome for certain size projects, and you want stuff even bigger. You want to make bigger things. And you also want bigger in terms of materials. You want a broader range of materials. And the really, really exciting thing would be if we could figure out how to make highly precision parts. You're working with silicon, you're working with polycarbonate, you're working with injection molding. If we can figure out how to match that detail, then we're onto something really exciting for you guys. And so we sort of took that as a challenge and we said, let's go on a mission to find an industrial technology that we could make accessible to you on the desktop that matches all of those things. And quite excited about what we found. And Ben's going to tell you a little bit more about exactly what it is.
So one day, one of our engineers came up to us and said, look, I've got this slightly crazy idea. Can you give me a month to go away and make something and bring it back to you? And so we were like, okay, sounds interesting, go for it. And he came back with this little box. And out of this little box came one of the most incredible forms we've ever seen. Like almost sort of injection mold level of quality, incredible sort of surface detail and definition, like nothing we'd ever seen. It was picking up the pen marks, the felt pen marks of a Post-it note in the form, like absolutely insane. the process that had created that form was pressure forming. So pressure forming is this massive industrial process that creates incredibly detailed end-use parts. And the way it works is you pressurize tanks of air and then you heat up a sheet of material over the template that you're trying to make a shape of. And then you dump all of that air into a dome above that sheet of material and pressurize the dome. And what that does is push all of that hot melted sheet into every single nook and cranny that you're trying to create on the template, making an absolutely perfect replica, almost to injection mold level of quality form that you want to make. Our machine can go up to 4 tons of force on a desktop. It's truly, truly spectacular. So we have this amazing technology that we've created, and for the first time it's available on the desktop. You know how passionate we are at Mayku about design. There's only one real company in the world which, to be honest, we're all a bit obsessed with and massively, massively respect when it comes to design and user experience. That company is Teenage Engineering, and we partnered with them to work on creating an absolutely stunning user experience for this new machine, melding that technology that we have with an absolutely incredible industrial design, which we're super proud of, and I can't wait for you guys to see what it looks like. The whole process of working with Teenage was, one of the coolest things that we've done as a brand, and we think we've really nailed it in terms of what the whole experience of using the machine is actually like. So, a new machine, pressure forming technology, incredibly highly detailed molds in under a minute, designed by Teenage Engineering and Mayku, fits right on your desktop. Here it is, the Mayku Multiplier.
Introducing the Mayku Multiplier, bringing pressure forming to the desktop for the first time. Industrial power that gives you the freedom to make your ideas real. From your studio, your kitchen, or your office. The production line starts with you. Select your material. Replicate your design. With 4 atmospheres of pressure to pick up every detail of your creation. No lead times. No minimum order quantities. Just your ideas on your schedule. Raise the bar with incredible intricacy and bring your exact vision to life. Create precision parts. Test ideas. Learn fast. With injection mold quality. No finishing required. Draw from a world of new materials. Be flexible. Get to your perfect design. Then accelerate your in-house production line. Make more, faster, and perfect every time. See your creation come alive. Grow your range, piece by piece. And when you're ready for market, launch quickly. Create limited runs. Iterate. When the orders roll in, scale up. Move fast. Take control. Put the power of making in your hands. With the Mayku Multiplier.
So, pretty cool. The bits that I'm most excited about are the 400mm bed size. That's massive, but still fits on a desktop. The materials that you can use range from 0.25mm all the way up to 8mm. So super strong parts in less than a minute. And the accuracy of those parts, we've got to 0.0004mm. That's thinner than a human hair. Incredibly accurate parts, giving you ridiculous speed and control over your making process. Now I'm going to hand over to Alex to tell you about how you can get your hands on one.
We are so excited about this machine, but we're even more excited to get them into your hands and see what you make with them. So how can you get one? Well, it's going to retail for $5,000 or £3,500. And what is even more exciting is that there's a limited run available for pre-order this October for just $2,000 or £1,450 as a thank you to our community. So if you want one, go to the website, put your name down on the waiting list, and we'll let you know as soon as pre-orders drop. There's only 100 available, so get in there quick. And we thought that you might want to hear a little bit back from the makers we spoke to earlier to learn a bit more about how they've used the machine in their practice. So over to them to tell us a little bit more.
As a chocolatier, the thing we do and why we're special is that we hand make everything. You can see Kieran behind me, hand rolling, hand coating. We develop chocolates that are fresh, unpreserved, seasonal, with natural flavours, being the real ingredient, not a flavouring. And we're quite innovative. We love being innovative. And we've used the form box before to create a box of biscuits. So chocolate biscuits, classics, made out of chocolate rather than biscuits, and the molds are fantastic. But what's most exciting is the new multiplier, because the level of detail is awesome. And I have made some props using it, and the molds are fantastic. I can't wait to apply it to what we do, because it means we can then fulfill bespoke orders and customer orders for unique things really easily. Super exciting, cannot wait.
I'm always working with different materials and techniques, and I do a lot of prototyping work where I'm always exploring new materials and different ways of working, and I wanted to translate a lot of the skills that I've learned over the years into my homeware collection. I've been really lucky, and I've had the opportunity to trial some of the molds that the Multiplier has made, and they're so amazing. It's just so good to be able to use flexible sheets. It means that you get a lot of the qualities that you get from a silicone mold, but you still have the speed benefit and everything else from the form box. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, and it works really well. I feel like the possibilities are really endless with the Multiplier, and I'm really excited to see what people that are lucky enough to own one create with it.
So as a company, Beta's core focus is on industrial design, but we also do graphic work, user experience, user interface, and we do the front-end strategy behind any project. It's really important, as one of our key fundamentals as a company, is that anything we design, we make, prototype, iterate, and make sure it's the best possible product to go to market.
We absolutely love taking products all the way through from paper through to production and seeing them stocked on shelves and people buying and using our products.
And I think the Multiplier is such a perfect tool for a maker. It allows us to create rapidly different prototypes, but also make very delicate, very intricate models.
What we love as well is that sometimes it takes a long time to CAD certain surfaces if they're organic, sandy textures, for example. With the Multiplier, we can quickly form these again and again without spending the time CADing it first.
It's the perfect tool for professionals, for anyone in our industry that wants to prototype to such a high level rather than outsourcing. It's great.
It also means we can control all of the elements of the design process, like the timescales, the quality, and the cost, all in-house, which really helps us as a small business.
We're so excited to have finally shared with you what we've been building. This is very much the second chapter in our unfolding story, and there's more to come. And if you want one of these multipliers, make sure to get your name down on the waiting list, because they are going to go quickly. And we cannot wait to see what you make with them.